So let's talk about self-publishing marketing without using Amazon KDP. One of the #1 questions I get asked on my channel is, Steph, how do I do marketing for my books online? And I get it. When I started my first business as an author in 2008, self-published first time in 2009, I had no idea how to do marketing. In fact, my marketing was so bad that I would get the yellow pages, I'm a millennial, and I would cold call youth pastors in my area trying to sell them my book. My book was a Bible study guide for youth pastors to use with their youth groups. And it was awful, it was terrible, I was not very good at it, not very good at it all. But here's the biggest issue. If you are having trouble doing marketing for your book, it is most likely because you are not sure what problem your book solves. So for me, I was able to, praise the Lord Jesus, get really good at marketing around 2014 when I learned about a concept called sales funnels. And I learned that for a funnel to sell to a customer, the funnel needs to present your product as a solution to a problem. And that kind of really changed my perspective of writing books, because I realized, oh, if in order for me to make a sale, I need to have the consumer understand how this product solves their problem. Well, then if I'm trying to sell books, then the book has to solve a problem. And from then on, it's crazy. You will see, if you look at my author history, my publishing history, you'll see the books that I published before 2014 were so random. And then the books that I published after 2014 were clear solutions to clear problems. And it's because of Justin Atlan. Shout out to him. I don't even know if he still teaches about funnels anymore, but he's the first guy that I ever learned this stuff from back then. So I'm super grateful to him for that. And I want to share that with you in this video. I want to give you kind of this superpower hat that you can put on, a superpower cape, I should say, that you can put on every single day to effectively promote and market your book to the people who are looking for it, especially as an indie self-published author. You have done all of this hard work to write this incredible book and to really take these words that the Lord gave you and paint this picture for people to get the fullness of life God intended for them. And I just think that's so amazing. I think being an author is such a blessing and such a gift that God has given us, and I'm so grateful for it. And so this marketing piece is honestly, it's just a skill set that you have to develop. That's all it is. It's a skill set. You already have the gift of writing. You already have the talent of finishing a book and getting it done and self-published. This marketing piece, I promise you, is just it's just a muscle that you need to exercise to really develop it and get your book out there on a daily basis. So the first step in self-publishing marketing without using Amazon KDP is to figure out what's the problem you're solving with your niche. What is the problem you're solving with your book niche? And when I talk about the problem that you're solving, I mean, hey, what is somebody struggling with right now that they're looking to get rid of that struggle, and your book is the solution to that struggle? That's what your problem that you solve is. So for example, when I first started, my first book is called, well, I won't say what it's called, but my first book was a Bible study guide that helped Christians be able to keep their faith during college. You would think that it's a problem that I'm solving, but really it wasn't. I just was interested in it because I had struggled with it. And so I wanted to create this documentary film, helping other high schoolers with it, but nobody was looking for that. So for you, you gotta figure out a pain point that people are actually looking to have solved. And the easiest way to do this is through market research. Start with writing down with what God has called you to be passionate about. Remember Romans 8:28, and in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who've been called according to his purpose. That means what you are passionate about, what you have experienced, what you have struggled through, what you have accomplished in your life, all of it is for the good of God. All of it is for the glory of God. And as the Lord has purposed you to be an author, all of it is to be used to transform his sons and daughters. So write down what you're passionate about. For me, I love romance novels. I have loved romance novels since I started reading V.C. Andrews when I was just a kid. I love The Babysitter's Club. I love Sweet Valley High books. I love Nora Roberts. I love romance novels. And I'm very passionate about that genre. So it makes sense that I would want to write books about that genre. So just start with that. What are you passionate about? And now once you know what you're passionate about, you got to figure out how to position this as a solution to a problem. Position your passion as a solution to a problem. I like to do this by going to Amazon.com. I type in what I'm passionate about, sort by best-selling, and I see what categories already have books that have thousands of reviews. So for example, if I want to write romance novels, which I do, I would go to Amazon.com, search Christian romance novel, sort by best-selling, and oh, look, Christian romance novels with a little bit of spice are trending, or Christian romance novels that are sweet romance have over 1,000 book reviews. That will tell me that this is a pain point people are searching for, actively purchasing right now, and it's something that I can actively write because I love it so much. The second step for self-publishing marketing without using Amazon KDP is to figure out on your favorite social media platform, where are people hanging out who have the problem you solve? Where are people hanging out who have the problem you solve? So Russell Brunson talks a lot about this in his book, Traffic Secrets. For us to do marketing effectively, once we know the problem we're solving with our books, we gotta tell people who have that problem that we wrote the solution. The only way to tell them is to go where they're hanging out. On your favorite social media platform, where are the people who have the problem you solve hanging out? This is key to effective marketing. We can't just post random content hoping that the right person will find it. That's not the way the algorithm works. And by algorithm, I mean a robot that every social media platform has that decides who sees what post. Post TikTok 2020, most of the social media algorithms sort content by interest, by consumers' behaviors. It's no longer who you follow, it is now what you're interested in that the algorithm will show you. So you have to figure out what people are interested in on social media right now that surrounds the topic of your books, that surrounds the problem that you solve with your books. For example, I know that on TikTok, there is a ton of content around a niche called book talk. And on book talk, a lot of people talk about romance novels. They talk about spicy romance, sweet romance. They talk about friends to lovers, billionaire romance, all over the place. And so for me, I know the people that I want to write for are hanging out on book talk. That's how, and I love TikTok, by the way. Where are the people that you want to write your books for? Where are they hanging out on your favorite social media platform? And here's another thing I want to point out. You can do marketing on any platform. You can do marketing on any platform. When I started in 2008, there was like 3. There was Google Ads, there was Facebook. YouTube wasn't even around yet at that point. I can't even remember. Maybe there was 2. Oh, I used to advertise on the radio a lot. Oh, I'm so telling my age. I used to advertise on the radio, sis. But that's how I was doing marketing. We didn't have what we have today. Today, you got Pinterest, you got Snapchat, you got LinkedIn, you got TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I love me some YouTube, sis. Facebook, Twitter. I know it's called X, but I don't like it. Twitter. You have so many different options now, and you can pretty much find your audience on all of them because all of them have 1 billion users. So it doesn't really matter at this point which platform you choose to focus on. Just choose the one that you enjoy, because if you create content for a platform you are already using, it's going to make creating that content so much fun. It's going to make you want to do it. If you're like me, as an author, we like to just be behind our computer, typing all day, and I get it. I'm a fellow introvert with you. I get it. I love just sitting in a corner, just imagining, right? It's like my favorite times to do that. But we have to be able to do marketing to get our books out to people. So that's why I'm going to encourage you not to focus on, I have to be on this platform. No, you don't. Focus on the one you're already using. So for example, here on YouTube, I love YouTube, obviously. I watch YouTube maybe 9-10 hours a day. I'm not embarrassed to tell you that either, because I do be working, right? I work. I just play a lot of YouTube videos in the background while I work. So it just makes sense for me to be a YouTuber. I love YouTube. I watch YouTube. I consume YouTube. I am constantly on YouTube. There hasn't been a day that's gone by that I haven't been on YouTube in years, and I mean years. I'll go to sleep with YouTube videos playing in the background. Like, I love YouTube. But for you, you may be on Instagram like that. I'm not on Instagram like that. That's why I don't post as much on Instagram as I do on YouTube. I don't focus on Instagram like I do YouTube. So I love YouTube. So just figure out where you're already hanging out, and then figure out where people are hanging out on that platform. Then the next step for self-publishing marketing, now that you know where they're hanging out on that platform, study the most popular content where they're hanging out. Study the most popular content where they're hanging out. Notice I still haven't told you to make a piece of content yet. In this step, you are studying what is working in your niche. Every single niche is different. I just told you about book talk. Book talk is a completely different space than Instagram Reels. A completely different space. If I take what I'm doing on Instagram Reels and try to go put it on book talk, some people gonna laugh me off, right? It's just a completely different space. On book talk, it is just a regular book review. It is your first gut instinct reaction. You know, it's not a lot of editing, it's not a lot of music. It's just, this is the book, this is what I thought about it. and you share your opinion of it. That's book talk. But on Instagram Reels, there's like aesthetic camera roll, B-roll, music, there are graphics on screen. It's like a whole vibe. It's a whole different vibe on Instagram Reels. So you have to study the content that is currently working where you found your people hanging out online. Let's say, for example, you are on Facebook and your niche is women who want to heal after a divorce. So you find on Facebook groups, like 3 groups that have 10,000 women who are Christian who have been through a divorce. So you go in those groups, you join the groups, and then you look at what content is doing really, really well in those groups. You just sort by the most the most popular, the most liked, and take a look. And let's say the content pieces that are doing the best are carousels that share Bible verses about healing after divorce. So you can start creating carousels that share Bible verses for healing after divorce. Like, that's the concept that we want to use. We're not going to copy people's exact content, but we're going to model the content that is already working. So once you've studied, now the next step is to create your marketing plan, modeling those popular content pieces. Create your marketing plan, modeling those popular content pieces. Again, never copy somebody's content. You can get yourself in trouble for that. You can get yourself reported off the social media platform for that. And people just don't like copycats. Okay, we're authors, don't copy. But model what's already working. Create that marketing plan. It kind of, at this point, unless you're on YouTube or Spotify, at this point, I feel like consistency is not as important as engagement. So what I mean by that, back in the day in like 2016 on Instagram, you could really build a huge platform if you posted 3 times a day, 30 hashtags each time, space it out 6 hours apart. You could really build fast. Today, that doesn't matter as much. What these platforms are more looking for are people engaging with your content. That's why we found popular content pieces to model, by the way. So I wouldn't worry so much about your content schedule unless you're on YouTube or Spotify. If you're doing a podcast or you're doing YouTube videos, you need to be consistent on the schedule. But other than that, focus more on creating engaging content that people are gonna save, they're gonna comment, they're gonna share. That's what's going to get you pushed out in the algorithm. And so have your marketing plan focus more on engagement than anything else. So for example, if I am doing book talk to promote my spicy Christian romance novels, then maybe I'll say, okay, Stephanie, every single week, read a new book and create 5 book reviews about that same book. So that's my marketing plan. So instead of me saying Mondays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have to post this, and that, which is so annoying and just not something I'm going to look forward to as an author. Just not. Instead, I'll give myself a system. So on TikTok, engaging book talk content works well. So I'm going to make sure that I am posting every single week 25 engaging book talk posts a week. But it's not going to be, you have to do this, and no. 5. Read the book, 5 pieces of content for the book. I have a system in place. That is my marketing plan. And last but not least, for self-publishing marketing, now that you have your marketing plan, promote your book every single day with your marketing plan. Promote your book every single day with your marketing plan. And this is a question I get asked a lot too. How often should I be marketing my book, Stephanie? Well, you should market as often as you want to make money. All glory to Jesus, I make book sales almost every single day. And they mostly happen automated. So sometimes I'll do like a live stream or a webinar promoting a book, but 99.9% of my book sales come through my sales funnels. I have automated systems in place to sell my books, and I create content like right here on YouTube promoting those sales funnels. If you don't know how to make a sales funnel, watch my free 3-day Start Your Book Business Challenge where I show you how to do this step by step. Go to christianbusinesstoolkit.com. But you gotta promote every single day. You have to promote every single day to make money with your book. Sometimes people will comment under my YouTube videos and say, Stephanie, I'm not making any progress with my marketing. I'm not getting anywhere. I'm so frustrated. And I'll say, okay, post your marketing plan. And 100% of the time, for the people who tell me they're frustrated with their sales, 100% of the time, they say, oh, I'm not really doing marketing. And I'm like, the answer's in the question. If your question is, how do I make more sales? I'm not doing marketing. The answer's in the question you asked. Do marketing. So you gotta promote every single day, whatever. And that's why I told you to choose your favorite social media platform. You're on the platform anyway. So you should have fun with this and just make it part of your writing process. One of the things that I want to be doing with my Christian romance novels is I want to do live write with me's, right? So on Book Talk, they have read with me's. So you can go live and read a book, and then people read their books. You set a timer, then you guys talk about what you just read. I want to do write with me. So I sit down and I'm writing my Christian romance novel while you guys are writing yours, and It's gonna be a vibe. So little things like that that I know I'm gonna have so much fun with because it's fun to write books and I'm so excited. Create content that you're gonna have fun with that really supports your book writing process and allows you to be consistently marketing your book. And again, my love, the platform doesn't matter. You can reach your book readers on any one of the platforms now. You just got to create that content, letting people know that they can buy your book. Now again, this only works if you have a book that's a clear solution to a clear problem. So if you have not written a book that is a clear solution to a clear problem, come join my God the Wood Girl Faith-Based Author School where I show you how to do that step by step. Let me give you a little sneak peek.
Hey, it's your girl Steph Rodness, and if you've been struggling to move forward on your journey as a faith-based author, I've created a brand new community called the God the Wood Girl Faith-Based Author School just for women like you who want to move forward in your purpose as a woman of Christ writing books. The school includes the Author Toolkit, which has 10 tutorials for 10 different types of Christian books you can write, including nonfiction books, daily devotionals, prayer journals, ebooks. There's a lot in there. You'll get access to the God the Wood Girl Book Funnel Toolkit, which shows you how to take your book, bundle it up, and put it into a sales funnel, including a lead magnet funnel, a tripwire funnel, and my very favorite, a webinar funnel. You'll get access to the book promotion toolkit, which shows you how to create a marketing plan to promote your funnel, because in order for people to buy our books, right, we have to tell them about it. And that's what the marketing toolkit shows you how to do. Plus, you'll get access to a community of other women who are writing faith-based books just like you are. Sis, you do not have to do this alone. Come join the brand new God the Wood Girl Faith-Based Author School so you can get the tutorials you need, you can get the community you need, and most importantly, you can get the network that you need to step into your purpose as a faith-based author. I can't wait to see you there. Visit ChristianAuthorSchool.com to fill out the application form and apply today.
In the meantime, don't forget to watch my free 3-day Start Your Book Business Challenge, where I'll show you how to get your book business started in 3 days or less. Go to ChristianBusinessToolkit.com, and don't forget to watch this video tutorial for even more resources to help you step into your purpose as a faith-based author even faster. I can't wait to see you there.